Just like Michelangelo into the blue on heavenly wings. Cargo hand bones don't take off, no smoke, no mirror, no strings. I can't take off these dark shades. I can only say how it's too beautiful. Our town on TV. Our town, there's you and me. Upside down, hanging out of an airplane.
Welcome to our town. I'm your host, Larry Frost, and we have a very special show for you today. On holiday hints and reminders to make your holiday season a very special one. Our two special guests today are firefighter Ozzie Morrill and police officer Tom Hanshaw. So let's get started.
Well, hello everybody. My name is Ozzie Morrill. I'm a lieutenant with the Amesbury Fire Department. I want to welcome all the viewers to the Amesbury Fire Department into what we call the firehouse. And I thought this morning, before we talk a little bit about home fire safety during the holidays, I thought I'd talk a little bit about the makeup of the Amesbury Fire Department. I think a lot of people within our community don't know quite the makeup of the department in regards to whether they see the ambulances, the fire trucks zipping up and down the streets of the community going from one call to another. Our department is made up of 35 people, excluding our civilian dispatch. We have a full-time chief and deputy and their administrative assistant. And then we have 4 groups made up of 8 firefighter, EMT, paramedics, 8 per group, 4 groups. There's somebody at the firehouse 365 days a year, 24 hours a day. So the firehouse, for the most part, is always open nights, weekends, and holidays. We've seen a lot of change in the fire service over the last 25, 30 years. And, you know, we wear multiple hats here within the fire department. We do fire suppression, which is basically putting out the fires, but we also run the ambulance service within the community. Where we've gone to the ALS level, or you hear talk about the paramedic level, where our department now has 14 paramedics, an average of 3 to 4 paramedics per group. If there's a hazardous material incident within the community, or anything to do with Homeland Security, who do they call? But the fire department. And there's always fire prevention and code enforcement, where we're out, any new building built within the community has got some type of fire protection, and those plans usually have to go through our Fire Prevention Bureau. And then there's the new kid on the block, which is what we're going to talk about today, which is public education. And that's a program called SAFE, Student Awareness of Fire Education, where typically we go into the schools, pre-K through 4th grade, and talk to your children, I'm sure a lot of the viewers out there this evening, about home fire safety, what we can do to make our homes fire safe. And that's what we're going to talk about shortly. We're going to be going over different types of things that we can do to make our homes fire safe, not only during the holidays, but year round. So why don't we go upstairs where we'll talk a little bit about home fire safety. See you upstairs. Well, hello everybody and welcome back. We're at the 2nd floor of the fire station. This is our training room. And what we want to talk about is what we can do to make our homes fire safe, not just during the holidays, but year round. And making our homes fire safe starts with having working smoke detectors. Working smoke detectors save lives. Every home should have working smoke detectors. Doesn't matter whether they're battery operated or they're electrified, as long as you test them at least once a month. There's a myth out there that many of them, if your smoke detectors are electrified, you don't have to test them once a month. And that is wrong. The only way to know that our smoke detectors are going to work is to test them at least once a month. There's also a new detector out there. It's called a carbon monoxide detector. Back in March of 2006, the state of Massachusetts was the first state in the country to create a law, it's called Nichols Law, that mandates that every home have carbon monoxide protection. Carbon monoxide is nicknamed the silent killer. It's odorless, it's tasteless. It's not lighter than air, it's not a heavier air. It just kind of floats around in your home. That's why it doesn't matter whether you put carbon monoxide detector on the ceiling up with your smoke detectors or whether you use the electrified version with a battery backup and plug them into the wall receptacle of your home. As long as you have the carbon monoxide protection, and again you test it once a month along with your smoke detectors. Now, important thing about carbon monoxide is that, again, it's odorless, it's tasteless. Maybe you're starting to feel fatigue or nauseous or dizzy. It's a lot of the flu-like symptoms. So if you're feeling down and your carbon monoxide detector goes off, it's nothing to fool with. You should call 911 and have the fire department come with their equipment and check your home. If your home has any type of a fossil fuel burning equipment, like gas, oil, wood, or coal, then you need to have carbon monoxide protection in your home. Similar to the smoke detector, we want to have one wherever you have a couch or a chair or a bed, anywhere where you could sit and possibly fall asleep is where you want to have your carbon monoxide protection. And you want them, just like the smoke detector, outside the bedrooms as well. Now here you'll notice a fire extinguisher. This is another thing, another piece of equipment that you can have around your home to make your homes fire safe in case there is a small fire around your home. You should never really use this extinguisher until you dial 911 and get the fire department coming first. And then if it's a small fire and you feel comfortable, go ahead and try to put the fire out. Make sure that your extinguisher, if you're going to purchase one, has the UL symbol on it. And also make sure that it's designed to do an A, a B, or a C extinguisher. So picking out an extinguisher is as easy as knowing your ABCs. A is for textile fires, wood and paper. B is for a fuel or a grease fire. And C is used on electrical fires. You'll notice here, extinguishers come in different sizes. Smaller the extinguisher means the smaller fire you should try to use it on. And the larger the extinguisher, again, if you're comfortable, aiming at the base of the fire, we call it pass. You pull the pin, okay, you aim, you squeeze, and you sweep at the base of the fire. So it's called pass. Now over here is a fire safety ladder. If you have a second floor in your home, then you should think about having a fire safety ladder. Now, just don't go out and purchase the fire safety ladder, bring it home, and slip it under the bed and say, there, firefighter Ozzie said I need to have the fire safety ladder. If you want to be on a winning team, you have to practice. And if you want to make your home fire safe, you need to practice. You need to have a plan. First couple of times you use the fire safety ladder from a second floor window, it's going to be rocking back and forth, and you're not going to want to go out over that ladder. But if you practice as a family, if and when you ever had to use it, especially if it's in the middle of the night, you're not going to be so scared nor to put it out the window and have to go down over and go out to your meeting place. Another item to have around the home is night lighting. You plug them into the receptacles in our bedrooms or in our hallways. It gives us a little bit of light in case of an emergency, and we can see the lit stairways and get out. And when I talk with the kids when we go into the schools for the program called SAFE, Student Awareness of Fire Education, once you're out, you stay out. Now, more often than not, around the holidays, everybody gets their Christmas decorations out, and we start plugging in all the lights, and we start getting the tree lit up, and we start using a cord like this called a zip cord. This cord is not designed to put a lot of electricity through it, and it's also not designed to be put under a rug, because you could fray the cord and then create an electrical hazard or an electrical fire. So as you start to put your Christmas decorations out, don't overload those wall receptacles, and more importantly, maybe get the orange heavy-duty extension cord with a strip plug, a strip mole that we all use like with our computers, that has a built-in circuit breaker versus just using the old-fashioned zip cord that you've had around the house for 15, 20 years that's now dry and brittle and could cause an electrical fire. Candles. Let's talk a little bit about candles. Everybody enjoys using a candle in their home. There was a time when all we used candles for were special occasions, around the holidays or birthdays. But today, candles are used every day. You get up in the morning, you're getting ready to go to work, you light a candle up, and when you get home from work in the afternoon, the first thing you do while you're preparing dinner is light a candle. We're not saying here at the firehouse not to use candles, but what we're saying is you got to make sure you use them in a safe location. More importantly, never leave a candle unattended. Candles have quickly become one of the leading causes of fires in Massachusetts and across the country. And so we need to make sure if you're going to use candles during the holidays, please use them in a safe location. Make sure that there's nothing around that can catch fire. More importantly, if you're leaving the room, then you need to blow out that candle. We want everybody to enjoy the holidays. How often do you turn on the news or you pick up the paper and something tragic has happened right around the holidays because, first of all, somebody didn't have their working smoke detectors? Or because they brought in that, maybe you got out and you want a real tree versus an artificial tree, and you bring it into your home, and you get it all set up, and then you forget to give it water and it dries out. So little things like that can help make the holidays a little safer for both you and your family. A lot of us are using our old fireplaces and wood stoves that haven't been used in a long time. With the rising cost of fuel, we're trying to save money. And if you haven't used that fireplace or that wood stove for a number of years, then you really should think about having a professional chimney sweep come in and check the flue of that chimney. Make sure it's not clogged with maybe an animal got in there and made a nest, or maybe it's plugged up with creosote. So if you're going to be using those fireplaces and those wood stoves to help save money around the home, then please make sure that you have it checked by the building inspector or again by a professional before you go and use it so something tragic doesn't happen. I hope that I've answered some of your questions. I hope that all of you have a great holiday season. And from all of us here at the Amesbury Fire Department, we want to wish happy holidays to everybody, and please be safe, and please, one more time, take a moment to find your working smoke detectors and your working carbon monoxide detectors. If at any time you have a question or a problem in regards to what to buy, where to buy it, then call us at the station at 978-388-1333, and we'd be more than happy to answer any questions that you may have. Happy holidays, everybody. Good night now.
You were a great listener. You were a great listener while I was talking. I hope you enjoy those lollipops.
I'm Tom Hanshaw with the Amesbury Police Department, the Crime Prevention Officer. I'd like to thank Larry Frost and also the staff of our town for allowing us some time to go over a few holiday safety tips. 'Tis the season to have a lot of fun and enjoy things, but it's also a time that you really have to pay attention and be safe. So I just want to go over a few different things to stay safe for everyone. The first thing is, if you're out shopping, keep track of your packages, keep track of your credit cards, your wallets, your purses. Unfortunately, this is the time of giving for a lot of people, but it's also the time of taking, and there are criminals out there that will take advantage of those situations where they see a wallet that's left behind or a credit card that's left behind. They'll take it and use those things for themselves. So to really be careful of packages and credit cards and wallets. It's very important that you do that. Also, if you're out in the evening hours, park in a well-lit area, in the parking lot. That way it's a little safer, and try to be aware of where you park, and so you're not fumbling around, again, being vulnerable to a possible crime. It's also a time for partying. A lot of parties, office parties and things go on this time of year, which is a lot of fun. It's great to do, but you've got to do it responsibly. Never drink and drive. It's too dangerous. This year, time of year, it's very unfortunate. We have a lot of tragedies that happen, which really takes away from the season. So be very conscious of what you're doing and how much you're drinking, and never mix alcohol with driving. Also be aware of road conditions. We live in New England. Things can change very quickly this time of year. The morning can be nice and sunny, and by the evening have a nice couple inches of snow on the ground. If you keep an eye on the weather forecast so you know what's happening, and also be prepared. Keep some things in the house in case we do get a big snowstorm, and that way you'll and you can't get out for a day or two, you'll be all set and you'll have enough stuff. It's also a good idea, if you go away during the holiday season, to make sure that your house looks like it's lived in. Leave lights on. It's good to leave a radio or television on. Also have someone arrange for someone to pick up your mail, your newspapers, take your trash out and put your trash barrels in if you're away for a few days. That way it gives the appearance that somebody is actually still living there. And always use your locks. We live in a very quiet, small community. People sometimes get complacent, but it's very important to leave your doors locked when you're not there. And also, get some tips from Ski Iworski over at the post office. He sent me some information that he was hoping that people would be able to take advantage of during the holiday season. For letter carriers, it's important that if you have holiday decorations outside, that you don't run extension cords or lights, strings of lights across walkways or anywhere else where somebody, a guest or a postal carrier, may be walking and run the risk of a trip. Also, not a good idea to put lights on railings. If the person were ever to slip and try to grab a hold of the railing, could end up with a whole fistful of glass, and that can be very dangerous too. So just be mindful of when you are putting your decorations up, that if people are walking into your house or walking to deliver packages to your house, make it safe for them also. And I'm sure Firefighter Ozzie gave some tips about decorations and the proper electrical considerations. Just be very wary of what you're doing with your decorations to make sure that they're safe. And again, on behalf of everyone here at the Amesbury Police Department, I'd like to thank Larry and the staff of our town for this opportunity, and I'd like to wish everyone a very happy holiday season, a Merry Christmas, and a happy and healthy New Year. Thanks, and take care.
Welcome to our town. I'm your host, Larry Frost, and today we're at Market Square for the Fall Festival. So let's go check it out.
Paige Waters. I'm in beautiful Amesbury this morning, and I'm here with my friends and family from Water's Edge Sea Glass, and we just came for the day. We also were here this summer. Great energy, great people. We just love Amesbury, and we sell jewelry made out of sea glass, genuine sea glass, as well as mirrors and frames and night lights and all sorts of wonderful things. So come on down to Amesbury. You'll love it.
My name is Stacy Nealand. I am the owner and creator of Funny Girl Designs. I make handcrafted hair accessories for children, and we are here at the Amesbury Fall Festival, and it's a beautiful day.
Hi, I'm Tanya, Stacy's sister, Tanya Lights from French Planet. I'm here selling Junk in the Trunk, which is vintage crystal jewelry made from antique chandeliers. The artist is Elizabeth Lights from Los Angeles, and we're here in Amesbury having a wonderful time at the fair.
Bye!
Thank you, our town.
Thank you, our town.
Well, that's it for today's show. I want to thank firefighter Ozzie Morrill and police officer Tom Hanshaw for the special tips and reminders to make your holiday season a very special and safe one. So from our town, bye-bye.
Okay. Just like Michelangelo into the blue on heavenly wings. Cargo ham bones don't take off, no smoke, no mirror, no strings. I can't take off these dark shades. I can only say how it's too beautiful. Our town on TV, our town, there's you and me. Upside down, hanging out of an airplane. I remember when the new Constellation went transcontinental. It was oh so experimental. I took a ride in a Goonie bug. And when the pilot waves from his little window up high, I turn back into a child. I wanna touch his gold stripes and wear his hat. I say, hey Captain, you're where it's at. So high flying angel, take your time. High flying angel, take your time. High flying angel, take your time. Come back to me.